Buenos días a todos. Hi everyone. Good morning. Hola YouTube. I'm so happy to be here with you. We have an amazing topic, allowing all things. As you come in, I'm going to go ahead and log on here on Facebook Live so I can have more of an expansive area to share about allowing all things to be. So I'm going to allow this to be by just switching over my focus over here and going on live on Facebook. Hi everyone. Hi Facebook. Hi YouTube. I love the topic for today, which is allowing all things. Let me go ahead and fix this here. I love you guys. Today is a beautiful day. And I just invite us to tune in for a second if we can. If you have the capability to, I invite you to close your eyes. But if you can't close your eyes, it's fine. I just invite you to tune in and just let go of the day and just allow this moment to be exactly how it is, which means that you have acceptance of this moment, which means you have acceptance of what supposedly is going on in your mind and the stories you're making. Is acceptance that everything is working for you. And that's how we allow. We're going to be getting more into that later, but right now let's just invite spirit in, our inner wisdom, our intuition, our higher self. I like to call it my deeper self, to guide the show, to guide this live, so that we can all create the good, the holy, and the beautiful together. We know as we decide to have the commitment of healing, we all heal together. We're all in this together. We are all one mind. So we just allow spirit to wash in and through us, to express itself through our voice, through this body channel, and through our actions. We're the instrument of peace. We allow ourselves to be used by spirit to allow things to be as they are. We're so grateful and thankful for everyone that's joining the live this morning, and for all of those that are going to see it on replay as we heal together. I invite you to put your hand on your heart as we all declare, I am love and I am willing. Amen, 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 amen. Good morning, buenos dias. Here in LA, it's still about 10 a.m. Christian's about to walk in the door any minute now. He went to go take the baby to the babysitter. Hi, Maritza. Oh my God, it's been forever, girl. I see that you're there. Thanks for being here. It's hard for me to see who's on YouTube, so whoever's there, love ya. Let me see if I can see the chat. All right. So today, the topic that was inspired for me is the topic of allowing things to be as they are. And this is huge for happiness, to be able to have happiness in your life, to be able to feel a sense of true happiness that doesn't come from things or stuff outside of you. Is when we allow, what happens is that we don't fight for things to be different. We just know that everything's exactly perfect and working for our highest good. So when we allow things to be, we're saying yes to the universe. We're saying yes to the moment, to the present moment, and we're not trying to judge or trying to make happen or manipulate. We're just allowing things to be. And when we're not allowing, what happens is that we're happy because it's conditional. It's like, I would be happy if, things were different. I would be happy if I didn't get that letter in the mail that I have to pay this ticket. I would be happy in my case. I would be super happy if my mom, was in better health and she can be the grandma that I think she needs to be, So there's no allowing there. It's like my happiness is dependent on things looking outside of myself to work and perform in a certain way. And then what happens is that then I suffer. And you know what, guys? That's not being loving to put this pressure on the outside world to have to fulfill your needs is not loving. So me not accepting and allowing my mom's path to be exactly what it is, and that's her assignment, and wishing that she would be different, doesn't serve me, and it doesn't serve her, because there's no acceptance. You see, when we're allowing, there is an acceptance. Hi, Barbara. Oh my God, I was thinking about you this morning. I love you so much. We have to talk. We have to talk. I'm so happy you're here. So in this art of allowing, there is non-judgment, and I'm going to read a little bit from here from this book, The Way of Mastery, that I love, and it talks about allow all things. And I hope that it will serve you this morning. Being willing to be one who cultivates the ability to allow all things. The mind that is free can do this. So if you have a free mind, you actually have the capability to do this, and we all can get to that level. The mind that is imprisoned can't. So the mind that is imprisoned is the mind that's consistently in the egoic thought system, is imprisoned because you can't allow. You don't allow because you don't trust. You don't allow because you're scared, of that moment of being in the kingdom, because we're so used to being in hell. For the mind that is imprisoned is so because it insists that what it perceives should become different. So the mind that is imprisoned is the one that feels that things should be different. And this is why you suffer. Because you're not acceptance of where you are. You're not accepting of where you live. You're not accepting of your circumstances. And it's not that you resign to your circumstances. It's not that you don't take action to possibly change your circumstances. But what you do is there an acceptance of that everything's working for you. And then from there, you start to be trusting. And then perhaps your circumstances do change. But it comes from your higher self. It comes from your willingness to come back to the kingdom, to the mind of God, of where you've never left. Then it says, one who cultivates that ability to allow is cultivating, in truth, the very act of forgiveness. So when you are allowing, you're actually in forgiveness, because forgiveness means that you only remember the love you gave and the love that you received, and there's no judgment in forgiveness. So when you become a cultivator of allowing, you're also a powerful forgiver, if that's even a word, right? Allowance follows on the heels of desire, right? So for when you desire the kingdom above all else, so when you desire happiness above all else, when you desire peace above all else, right? You have only known your perceptions of it. But the Comforter will heal those perceptions. So Holy Spirit will always heal your perceptions. And that requires your little willingness to let your perceptions be changed. So how we start to allow is that we start to have our inner wisdom help us to change these perceptions that things do need to be different. So what really helps, and these are some examples that I got from reading this excerpt from The Way of Mastery, is, by the way, these books are 3 different books. There's A Way of Transformation. There is also the Way of Knowing, and all these books are channeled supposedly by Jesus, and you could get them on Amazon. They're 3 different books, and they're channeled through JM. So what I was going to get to is these next 30 days to perhaps to take on the exercise of non-judgment. Hi, Renee. We just started. So I started a little late. So you're okay. You're getting into the part that's juicy. So what's helpful is to, in your everyday life, to start to be in allowing, to start to be in acceptance. And what does that mean? And just like the title of this video is talking about how to be okay with your burnt toast, is a good place to start. Hi, honey.
What's up, yo?
My husband's here. He just went to drop off the baby.
Talking about non-judgment. Don't judge your husband coming into the room when he just dropped off the baby.
He's talking about like allowing. So I allow you to interrupt my life. By the way, there's avocado there, so you can put on your toast. It's in the kitchen, so you can go ahead and do that while I finish here. So, can you close the door though, please? Thank you. So exactly, like right now, what happened right now, it's a perfect example of allowing. It's like allowing for Christian to be in the live, allowing for it to look the way it's gonna look. It's just beautiful to not have resistance to the moment. And another way is a burnt toast. So, you know, if you burn your toast, right, and instead of judging your burnt toast or being like, fuck, my toast is burnt, is at that moment is to practice allowing by allowing the toast to be burnt and to not have a judgment that the toast is burnt. Does that make sense? It's like, oh, it's burnt. Now, it doesn't mean you need to eat the toast. Actually, you can make the decision of eating it or not, right? I probably won't. But before that, I have that toast hasn't taken away my peace and it hasn't taken away my happiness, and there's no judgment. Another thing, like when you're about to jump in the shower, it's like the water is super, let's say, cold. You're like, crap, I don't want to go in here. The water's so cold and it's not turning hot. It's not to have a judgment about the water. It's like, okay, the water is exactly perfect. It's cold and eventually, hopefully, it'll get warm. But it's like just working with these things of everyday life, of just allowing things to be. What happens is that when we don't allow things to be, we start to create clusters of thoughts in our minds that make up this crazy fucking movie, this vortex or a matrix of a movie that says to you, if this would be different, you would be happy. If your circumstances were different, you would be happy. If your partner would act a certain way, you would be happy. If you have a certain amount of money in the bank, you're going to be happy. If the vase that you put the flowers in was like a little bit to the right and not blocking your view, you will be happy, right? So it's like these little tedious things that instead of allowing and doing the grace of just allowing things to be as they are, you are free. What happens is it goes back to my favorite mantra, which is like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, it really does not matter what your ego's telling you that matters, because what it's doing is holding you hostage from the kingdom, which is your happiness. The kingdom is that space of where you've never left, of where you have a curriculum here in this world of being able to remember again where you come from. And when you are in the allowing phase of like, oh my God, like this is exactly perfect and it's working for me, you are free. So for me, it's helped me so much with, the other day I was talking to my mother and she was speaking in such a different way, and it's because she doesn't want to walk anymore. She's like kind of like lost her whole like desire to walk, and she's always in bed and she has a caretaker. And me as being her daughter, there's a part of me that does feel sad, right? But at the same time, my job and to walk my talk, which is something that I'm committed to doing, is like, I don't just show up here on Facebook and be like, you know, talking out of my ass, you know? I come here and I share with you my story of how I'm able to come back to peace, right? And hopefully it will serve my brothers and sisters. So what I do in that moment is that I feel my feelings and I'm radically honest, and that's part of allowing. It's like, damn, this sucks, you know, my mom is not in the best health, right? And I'm sure that maybe if you have a parent that doesn't have good health, I'm sure you could identify with this, like how hard that is. And what I do is the allowing of the moment and allowing her to speak the way she's speaking, which is in my rational, logical mind, like not making sentences correctly or something and judging that. And it's like, no, it's like, she's speaking exactly perfect. Actually, she's so innocent. She's like Ari. She's like speaking like Ari. Like Ari makes no sense right now when he's speaking. And it's that innocence of love for her. It's like, it's just perfect. And by me allowing her to be is so loving, and it releases us both, instead of me wishing my mom was different, instead of wishing for her to be like how I think she should be, you know? And it's exactly perfect. It doesn't matter. You know, the ego would tell you all these judgments of how things need to be, and I let that go. And yeah, sometimes I'm sure that many of you, I don't know if I'm sure some of you have deceased parents. I haven't had a deceased parent yet, but I don't even know what that looks like, and I'm not even going to tackle that right now because it's not in my vortex. But my mind does go there. So when it goes there, it comes back. I come back to the present moment of allowing this moment to be, which is allowing what exactly is happening. She is very much alive and form. I get to talk to her every day, exactly the way that she is. and in gratitude because of my commitment and willingness to allow things to be. So in the art of allowing, there's an expansiveness that takes place of where every time that you decide to allow, you come back to oneness. Every time you allow, you come back to conscious presence in the divine, in love, in grace, and in God. So every time you allow, you let go and strip away all these self-concepts. You strip away of how things need to be. You let go of the chains of negativity, the fears, the ugly googly stuff that exists there within the egoic thought system that's so fucking like entrenched, right? You let go of that, and then boom, you're just with the present moment. And Eckhart Tolle, my mentor, is so good at this, and there's a reason why he's such a great teacher, and there's a reason why like so many people follow him. I get it, I do too. It's because he's so good at being in the present moment and just allowing things to be as they are. So I'll just close here where it says, allowance, beloved friends, is the process of letting go and trusting. It's the process of saying, I wonder what it would be like to just let things be as they are, to notice them and let them pass by. So do this. I invite you to take this on for the next 30 days and just be in wonder. I wonder what it would be like to just let things be as they are. I wonder what it would be like if I just let things be as they are. How about that, right? To notice them and let them pass by. And that is love, my friends. That is love, and that is true freedom. So I invite you to take that on, and I invite you to allow all things, because you are so worthy of, and I'm worthy of, every moment experiencing the joy of God and the joy of love and the joy of happiness. Peace be with you, my friends. I love you. I appreciate you. If you have found any value in these videos that I'm sharing with you, you can also find them later on YouTube, which I'm recording here, if you ever want to share them with your friends, or you can actually share this video, live video, to your Facebook page with your friends, so that way they can also get this message of allowing, because we're here to help each other, recognize we're already awake. Actually, we're already awake as we connect to our deeper self. And also, if you want to support my ministry and my happy mission, you can go to my donation page is in my website, mariafelipe.org, where you can go to buy me a coffee, which is actually buy me the opportunity to be entrenched more in being a teacher of God and serving the community. I love you guys. I appreciate you, and go out there and just allow things to be as they are.